If you don't work throughout the year, you might wonder if you're allowed to make IRA contributions for that year. So, for example, if you retire early in February or April, or maybe you don't work at all in a given year, are you allowed to make those IRA contributions? You might still want to add to your retirement savings because every dollar you put away will come in handy later. And plus, you might want to take advantage of the tax benefits, whether that's making a pre-tax contribution to an IRA or making Roth contributions so that you can potentially get tax-free income later. Well, you might still be allowed to make those contributions, and we're going to look at this in two ways, including the so-called spousal IRA contribution for those of you who are married. First, as long as you have eligible earnings, you can generally contribute to an IRA for the year, and that's probably the case if you're an employee getting W-2 wages, for example. Most people who are employed get a W-2 at the end of the year, and you can check your previous year's tax information to see if you got W-2 wages. But a lot of other types of compensation can also qualify for those contributions. So you would be allowed to contribute up to the IRS maximum for the year that gets updated every couple of years, or the amount of compensation you had, whichever is less. So what types of income qualify for IRA contributions? Well, the IRS has some detailed instructions and a handy table here in publication 590. So that earned income could include commissions and wages, alimony, and even other types of payments. But you can't use interest and dividend income, among other things, to satisfy the income requirement for those IRA contributions. For 2022, you can contribute up to $6,000 to an IRA, and that amount rises to $6,500 in 2023. Don't forget about the catch-up contribution, though. When you are age 50 or older during a calendar year, you're allowed to contribute extra for that year. So this helps you to maximize the amount in your retirement savings. For 2022 and 2023, that catch-up contribution amount is an extra $1,000, so take advantage if you can, and for workplace retirement plans, the catch-up contribution is even bigger. By the way, I'm Justin Pritchard, and I help people plan for retirement and invest for the future. And in the description below, you will find links to some of the things we've looked at here, as well as some general retirement planning information. I think you will find all of that helpful, so please check it out. Another solution here might be to make spousal IRA contributions. Now, that's just an informal term. There's not really a spousal contribution, but it is a way for people who are married and filing jointly to save additional money for retirement as long as one spouse has enough eligible income for the year. Note that the income must be sufficient for both spouses if you're both contributing to IRAs. So if your spouse earns $6,000 and contributes $6,000 to an IRA, then there would not be any income left over for a contribution on your behalf. However, if your spouse earns more than enough to cover the contributions for both of you, then you can both max out your IRAs. All of this information applies to different types of IRAs. So whether you're going to make pre-tax deductible contributions to an IRA, you're going to make Roth contributions, or even if you're going to make non-deductible contributions, as long as you have the income from yourself or a spouse, then you can make these contributions. Of course, you need to check with your CPA before you make a decision or do anything, and that way you can avoid some unpleasant surprises. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please leave a quick thumbs up. Thank you, and take care.